people who desperately need a breath mint, and gentlemen.
You're a rich girl and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. Lunatic rich, I know you're out there. You're in hiding. Psychobabble, oh psychobabble. Psychobabble, oh psychobabble.
Get ready, folks. Old Fart Rants is going to start with his, you're boring. This video is more than 3 minutes long. It's not cut and paste. So get ready for that, folks. I'm going to expose Old Fart Rants, a guy who spends, roughly 24 hours on a day on the internet and is still quite vacuous. If you remember my previous responses to him, I debunked his empiricism, and that has gotten to him in other debates. First screenshot I'm going to put up, I took this screenshot on July 1st, 2013 at 7:12 p.m. on the Damn Toll channel, D-A-M-N-T-U-L-L. It's a week ago, but I took the screenshot on July 1st, and Old Fart Rant says, my only concern is... Just listen to how stupid this is. My only concern is facts. I have no interest in debating philosophy. We have no ability to know the unknowable. And how do you decide what's unknowable? Oh yeah, that's right. Magic. Anything that can't be explained by the 5 physical senses is magic and thus is inadmissible. We have no ability to know the unknowable, so it's wasted argument at best. Does that include objective morals, such as shooting starving children is evil and immoral, and feeding them voluntarily is a moral thing? Does that also qualify, Old Fart? That would be philosophy, though, and you'll see how he contradicts himself. And I think Frank Zindler was his teacher. He goes, I do golden rule thing. I do. Me do golden rule thing. The golden rule, is that objectively or subjectively true? The golden rule. Are you doing that because it's subjectively true or objectively true? Where are you getting this from? Are you pulling this out of the ether somewhere, buddy? So right there, he's already got some issues. Second screenshot, I took this. This was on the Bring Back the Hitch channel. July 9th, 2013 at 6:34 p.m. and Old Fart says, you gotta love it when a killer claims God's will as his defense. So are you saying, is that subjectively or objectively immoral to kill somebody for no reason? Objectively or subjectively? Because if you say it's an objective truth, well, then you might be getting yourself into some trouble and undermining your empiricism, unless you're going to say man decides morality, Old Fart. And men have many different views. Governments as well. Society. At one time it was okay to enslave black people. At one time in Germany in the 1930s, Jews weren't considered people. So I don't think you'll go there. I don't think he even knows what the terms mean. He throws them around interchangeably. And as you'll see later, I've asked him many times about this, and he gets mad. He claims, this is not about morality. Yes, your empiricism. This is about your empiricism. And if you don't want to talk philosophy, your paradigm, that's the foundation for all your views as it works up. You know, your paradigm, your philosophy is the foundation. And then you've got the house that goes on top of the foundation. Well, you can't even verify your own foundation. You don't want to talk about it because you are weak. And I knew that right off the bat. Next screenshot. This was on the Athena's Conquest channel, June 5th, 2013. I took this at 9:30 p.m., so it was from a couple days ago. And I asked Old Fart Rants, I said, I have several comments from you replying to me directly on vids, calling me kooky. So if you use that term, I'm going to assume you're talking to me. You recently cried about my insults towards you. Old Fart was whining because I insulted him, and I did. Are you saying those insults are subjectively or subjectively immoral? You do know the difference between those words. And Old Fart Rants, here was his reply. Yes, kooky, of course I mean you. However, I reserve the right to use other terms to refer to you. See, he's avoiding it. He doesn't want to answer. You just look at that. He's quite angry. Next screenshot. This also on the Athena's Conquest channel, June 9th, 2013. And I said, and I took this not too long after I made the statement, and I waited for him because I knew he would be on. He's online all the time, so I knew he'd be over there quick. June 9th, 2013, 10:51 p.m. I said, Old Fart Rants, you recently cried about my insults towards you, which seems quite hypocritical, considering the comments you make about YouTube users and groups that you don't agree with. Are you saying my insults are objectively or subjectively immoral? If you respond to me with the moniker kooky, I will assume you're referring to me. And Old Fart Rants says, I'm sorry, kooky, I've been busy with new video. He's playing the ad populum appeal again. That means Reagan's a better president than Obama because he got a higher percentage of electoral votes. Ouch. And I don't know who he's talking about with this guy, your pervy buddy TCT. I have no idea who he's talking about there. And so he's using, I don't know who he's talking about. He'll have, maybe in your video response you can tell us who you're talking about. He did remove that comment because in the next screenshot you can see there's my original comment. You recently cried about my insults towards you. And I took a screenshot of his comment above, but then he deleted his comment, so I don't know what the deal was. I asked him who this TCT character was. I asked him if he knew the difference between subjective and objective. And I don't know, he says, I don't know, why don't you just shut your channel down? What's the deal with that, old man? You seem quite angry. So we got that screenshot as well. I took that one on the first one at 10:51 and the next one on 10:57 p.m. Here's another one. I found him on one of Wild Bill's videos. Wild Bill for America. Patriot Special Forces. Old Fart Rants here, and now he says it's not about morality. Morality has nothing to do with this, as you'll see later. And he's playing the moral card, though, the objective moral card. Unless you're saying it's subjective, Old Fart, and then it would be irrelevant. So when you say forced prosecutions, is that code for shooting people you don't agree with, which is objectively immoral, I think. If that's what you mean, Bill, why don't you just say it? And Old Fart, why don't you just say that you believe in objective morals? Uh-oh. That would get you in trouble, wouldn't it? You'd have a philosophical problem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's what happens when Frank Zindler's your teacher. Oh, that's right. You would be prosecuted if you did that, so you're telling other people to do your dirty work. Such a chicken bleep. You have a lot of nerve calling yourself a patriot. And I responded to Old Fart. I said, are you saying those forced prosecutions are objectively or subjectively immoral? Old Fart didn't answer. He gave up and he ran off real quick. He'll say he was blocked by Wild Bill for America, which I think he was. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put up with Old Fart too much longer either. But as you can see, I've asked him these questions many other times, and he doesn't answer. Here's a comment he left on the Y760 Nitro channel, our next one. And I took this screenshot on August 12th, 2013, and he says, yes, kooky, when I say kooky, I mean the proven loser and fraud YouTube kook detector. And he, as you can see, he's pretty mad here. Now, he whines about insults, too. I think I'm going to cry. Are you going to cry? So you can see, yep. And he's doing the ad populum appeal again. That means Reagan's a better president than Truman, because he got a higher percentage of all the electoral votes and popular vote than Truman. Clinton. Hussein. Jimmy Carter. Well, I never realized you loved Reagan so much. Next screenshot. This he posted on his own channel. Thank you for mentioning me, Old Fart. I do appreciate that. He's playing the old ad populum appeal. The Kook Report for 7/21/13. I have more. Wild Bill for America has more views than you, though, and so does Lee Doran. So that means they're right. Whoops. Next screenshot. Continuing with my slap down of Old Fart grunts. This is something he posted on my channel way back when, not too long after our debate started. He said, my position has nothing to do with ideology or philosophy, so there's nothing to undermine, bonehead. I'm simply stating the fact that no one, including you, has ever validated the Bible's magic. with verifiable secular evidence. Not sure why he's using that, but there's a little peering into his empiricism there. Magical. He did drop, as I'll go over in another video at some other time, he did drop the magical claim for a short time and then brought it back because he got owned on that. So it has, he's trying to avoid philosophy. Don't think so. Here's a screenshot from October 13th, 2012 on the Athena's Conquest channel. I said, "Old Fart Rants, I accept your concession, old man. When OFR says magic, what he really means is empiricism." And I went through the same spiel I've gone through with him many times, and he will not state. He knows if he answers that question, his entire paradigm has been destroyed. So his objections against the Bible are not really historical, because I already proved that, you know, he claimed to study the Bible for 50 years but didn't know how to operate a concordance. So anything he says about the Bible, you can pretty much just throw out the window, because this guy has not studied it. It's pretty obvious. As soon as he answers this question, his entire paradigm will be undermined. And he does believe in objective morals. He just doesn't want to come out and say it because, you know, I've posted enough screenshots showing he does believe in that. I didn't get an answer from him on that one from October 13, 2012. Here's another one on the Athena's Conquest channel from May 13, 2013. And I said, "Old Fart Rants, I'm saving a screenshot of this comment, and I have screen caps. If you respond to me on vids calling me kooky, etc., you whine about my insults towards you. Are those insults subjectively or objectively immoral? If you answer subjective, then I'd have to wonder why you're so emotive about it. If it's all subjective, I mean, chocolate's subjectively tasty to me. Maybe you think it's subjectively disgusting. Why so emotive about racism or anything else anyone does if it's all subjective? Getting pretty angry about subjective stuff, old fart. You should calm down, little fella. If you attempt to take a pragmatic approach, that would also land one in the realm of subjectivism, for the pragmatic approach itself would be subjective. If you say morality evolved, that would be subjective as well. Example, X is evil, wrong, or passé today, but might be kosher tomorrow. If you say my insults are objectively immoral, then you've given credence to something that is not material. You do realize that. And you do believe that. You can't back out. I have enough screenshots proving this. Here was Old Fart Rant's answer, and I saved part of my comment below so you can see he answered right after me. He says, "Yes, kooky. When I say kooky, I mean you. I don't know what insults you're talking about," and he does. And I don't know why he's talking about a spam brigade. I didn't ask you about a spam brigade. So he's kind of, I don't know what he's talking about here. He seems a little confused. And the Cartesian a-hole, I have no idea who you're talking about there. You'll have to tell us what user. When you put up a video response, you can tell us what user you're talking about, because there's no one by that name. So you can see he didn't want to answer. He got a little upset. Proving the insult thing in my next screenshot. This was posted on the Thank God I Am Canadian channel. I took this screenshot on February 25th, 2013, so he posted it around about February 20th. And Old Fart Rants says, "You don't know anything about me because you've obviously never watched any of my videos." He's talking to this user. "So what makes a butt wipe like you pick my channel out of the blue and post BS and insult me? Could it be that idiot UTubekookdetector?" So he whines about, you can say whatever you want, but then he says, if all you want to do is post insult after insult on my channel page and waste my time, I'll just block you. So you did cry, you were crying about insults. But yet when you gave me a Giant Moron Award, you told people to come over and congratulate me. And yet I didn't send that user to your channel, but yet you're whining that someone came over to your channel and told you that you were an idiot. Aww, you can't take your own medicine, little fella. So there's a little more hypocrisy. Now we're going to have some screenshots from a video uploaded by Minnesota State GOP, response to Old Fart Grunt's $10,000 bogus challenge. And I said this to Old Fart Grunts. This was back on October 13th, 2012 on this video. "In addition, if you claim your objective morality comes from man or society or the government, then I will point out that wouldn't make it objective. It would be subjective. Society has changed its opinion numerous times as to what is right or moral and what is wrong or evil. If you claim we made up morality like the rules to a hockey game, that nullifies an objective morality you seem to be claiming. If you claim it evolved, then what is moral today might be wrong tomorrow and vice versa. Good luck. And then Old Fart gets mad. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not making any claims about morality. You've made claims about morality many times. Do I pay better attention to what you say than you do? You seem a little confused. So, yes, you have made claims about morality. And then he starts talking about oddball subjects. Don't know what that's about. And then another comment later on that video, he says, "Hey, F-tard, my question has nothing to do with morality. When are you going to stop beating around the bush and just answer my simple question?" Now, simpletons ask simple questions. It's obvious you can't defend your own paradigm. I've gone to great pains to expose that, because now you can't use revisionism because you're online all the time and you just let your free time overwhelm your opponent. Well, that's why I saved the screenshots, but then all your damage control won't work. Yes, you've made claims about morality many times. I didn't even have to bait you into it. So, unless you can say, if you say you believe in objective morality, well, you're in trouble. And you do, but you can't verify it, which means your empiricism has been undermined. Whoops. And lastly, this video is no longer up. It was uploaded by the Cartesian Theist. This channel is no longer on YouTube. No comments will be directed towards that user. All the comments will be on the topics discussed, so don't try that. It was a brief exchange with Bionic Dunce plus the atheist banana argument. And first screenshot, just concentrate on this. I took this on March 4th, 2013. And Old Fart says, "As such, the burden of proof is 100% on you to validate the Bible. No one can prove a negative, so I don't have to prove you wrong." And this is one of Old Fart's favorite arguments. He uses this a lot. And Cartesian Theist said, "There are no married," he said, "I can prove a negative. There are no married bachelors. Once I understand what a bachelor is and what it means to be married, I can know that there are no such things as married bachelors." So he just proved a negative. And then Theist went and corrected Old Fart on a lot of his logic being incredibly stupid. No historian takes these retarded positions that Old Fart Rants takes. So basically just that doesn't have a whole lot to do with the conversation. But remember here, Old Fart says, "Okay, I stand corrected. I asked you what your what base your view on homosexuality on, and I don't know whether he's got a parakeet dancing on his keyboard there, and the rest stays the same." So Old Fart admitted he stood corrected when Theist proved a negative. Yet, however, here's a screenshot from Old Fart's own channel, June 9th, 2013. I took this screenshot, and it's from 2 days ago. He says, "You asked me," he's talking to another user here, it doesn't matter who it is, "You asked me to prove a negative, and I say it can't be done." Yet, he said he stood corrected to the Cartesian Theist on proving a negative. So, I don't know, revisionism? And here he is again, June 9th, 2013, on his own channel, which means he posted it around June 7th. "Please show me how to prove a negative as you say I should be able to do for you." I don't know how. I need you to show me. So what's the deal, Old Fart Rants? You do. Many times you have played the moral card. You have played this objective moral card, taken the moral high ground to prove that, to label your opponents as racists or haters, but yet you can't come out and say you believe in an objective morality. Where are you getting this from? You pulling it out of the ether, your rear end? You pulling it out of Frank Zindler's rear end? So if you believe in an objective morality, then you're not really an empiricist, and you're admitting that everything in this world cannot be explained by naturalistic processes. Where was objective morality in the Big Bang? So I eagerly await anybody, if Old Fart Rants does come to your channel and attempt to debate, tell me. I'll save screenshots. I'll debate him over there if you want me to, and maybe I can use those comments against him later. But that is a very weak point on his part. He doesn't want to talk philosophy, and these debates aren't about morality, but all whine about other people being racist and people killing for God and etc. So I don't think he keeps very good track of what he says. I think he's just online so much he doesn't even worry about it anymore, that he can just overwhelm people with the free time. Well, I've got the screenshots to prove it. You got some explaining to do, Old Fart Rants. Good luck. You will need it. And don't thank me now for correcting you, little fella.